Here is the diesel demo with a Salvation Audio SM2 hooked into the loop. So right now I'm going with an EVH standard stealth. These pickups are they transfer pretty well in terms of always sound really good, not too hyped. I have another guitar with bare knuckle juggernauts I'm going to use as well. For now we'll start with this guitar. So the way it works is we plug straight into, I'm actually going guitar into a G10 relay, and I can show you the hookup. So let's jam a little bit first, get some tunes in there. So right now this is the diesel channel 3, the way I usually like it set. Gain around 11, EQ a little more in the mids, but then you can see the mid cut is engaged there. So I like to kind of boost there and put the mid cut on. This switch is going to go, let's go right to the frame-less one. There's an orange mandarin, and there is a frame-less Cobra, a clone called a Mamba, and that's sort of the settings I like it at. I kind of dial it in similar to how I just had the diesel. This is going direct into 2 notes live. I'm using a Fortin Beast Cream with a 421 mic on it. So usually I'll put a boost on things. This has a built-in boost. Check this out. This is really cool. I like the diesel. I'll put an 808 set to clean boost in there, so that's definitely how I like that. Let's turn it off so it's a more even comparison. You can dial it in pretty close. Now it's on diesel. A little more mids, but you can dial it around. It gets really close. So if you're into the diesel sound, that gets pretty close, like that rectifier, hi-fi kind of sound. So there's 2 kind of settings I like on this Mamba. This is where I spend a lot of my time on my jam. This is one of my key tones. So right now this is set to loose, no overdrive. So if you change, let me show you, let's do the notch. So the notch one, I had the frame-less Cobra, the actual amp, and the notch was kind of unusable. But here, if you, let's put the boost on. The notch one, a little too scoopy, but max those mids. That's actually a really awesome sound. And I kind of did that on the frame-less Cobra, and it was close, but it was basically, you would never really go too much on the notch. Back the other way. So that's my bread and butter sound usually. Sorry about the clams. Alright, so that's my basic sounds on the Mamba, mostly that. If I notch it, I'll boost those mids. Now here's another one that I'll do. So the punch actually gets kind of spiky, but I've realized if you go, let's have another setting here. So I'm going to go notch, and then the punch, put some high end on there. This reminded me a lot of my DSL that I had on Red, except for even more, I liked it even more. Had more gain, more character to it. So right now, the diff control has these really warm mids, probably around, I don't know where, maybe in the 400s. It has so much though that the notch actually sounds good. If you really want to go lots of mids, you go warm, let's take a bunch of. So that sounds sounds really cool. So you have a lot of options here, even though it's punch. It seems I had a lot in the high mids to me. The notch is just like the amp, and the diff sort of turns it from Mesa into Marshall. So that's, oh, and I usually go tight. If I'm going with the diff switch, and that sounds like a really cool high gained up Marshall to me, with even more low end, tight low end. So I really like that a lot. That's my two sounds. So I usually don't toggle too much. It's either this, I'll go back to the frame of sound by flipping these back the other way. I usually leave this on high gain. So let's flip it back. So that's my main tone. I have that profiled onto Kemper, and I love that sound. So let's compare that real quick to the Diesel again. Notice, let's go to the Diesel. Take the pin cut off. Sort of start dialing it in with the dip switch. So really cool, adds another sound to the palette. Let's check out the orange. And I had an OR100 at one time, so that's why I kind of opted for these two. I had these two amps, I flipped them, I really wanted the sounds back. So you can hear this orange. Let me back it off a little bit. I'll crank the orange. Just picking lighter, they're really dynamic. Now I'm digging it. This has a boost too, which is cool. The voice gives it the mid cut, and you can actually get a similar sound to the Mamba this way. You do the voice the other way, it's more traditional orange. Chops. Dreadful. Let's see, we can do, so that's the voice, the boost. Usually I don't use the bright unless I'm going clean. So let's check out the clean. Clean button. So that's a little weak on the low end. So that's where you engage this. This is your low end, which is way too much on the distortion. But when you go clean, it's good to add that low end the way the circuit works here. Middle pickup. Doesn't give you the crystal clean, gives you that really cool character orange clean. I guess if you played around with the gain, you could probably try to get a little more crystal-y clean. That's the tone I usually go for right here. Whoops. Channel, I think, so we'll take that off, take everything back off, let's go back up to high try another two-note slide setting. I'll go to an orange. Let's go to an orange 57 cap. '57 on an orange V30s. Oh, that gets really orange. I really dig that a lot. Love boosting the mids on that. I'm getting some squeaks because I'm too close to my monitor speakers. But in general, this is a pretty quiet setup. Usually I don't use a noise reduction unit. So I'm going to grab another guitar and check out some more tones. Alright, here's a Gutierrez neck through Juggernaut model with bare knuckle Juggernaut pickups, which have a good modern edge to them. Sorry, I wish I was playing better. Or I should have warmed up a little more. perfect sound for like that mid-gain, low mid-gain stuff. It's tough. That's a killer sound. To the brainless. That sounds better on this riff. Back to the diesel. This is Brandis. Diesel. Orange. So hopefully these tones translate somewhat well. Let me show you the back panel. So that select button that flips through the two channels or back to your amp that's in the loop. That select button, if you hold it in, that's the MIDI learn button as well, which works really well. I had an FX8, I don't have it now, I might get another one. But yeah, that'll do the MIDI learn really easy, so you could have a lot of options then. When I had that FX8, that was pretty awesome. That tuner's not sucking too much time, it's a Korg pitch black. So here it is. The way it's labeled in the back is really intuitive. So you can use, there's two guitar inputs. So you can use, I'm using the front one right now. You can use the back panel one, is right here. Input to host amp, that whips around. And then to the return of your host amp, somebody's calling me. So that goes right in here into my serial return. You want to use the serial loop. And your send. So that's pretty easy to hook up the way he has it labeled. It was really, really effective. The ground loop hum is actually, for the first time ever, that actually works. You have a little bit of hum, you flip it, it actually is super effective. That never happens to me. So that really works well. It works awesome on the one side, but not on the other. A little bit of buzz. So that was cool. Foot switch. You can use a traditional foot switch or the MIDI. MIDI in and out. Here is an input buffer. I usually leave that as is. I've tried it back and forth. I guess if you're getting a little bit too much gain. I don't know, my pickups are all passive right now. So I just kind of left it at that. And then there's, oh, I didn't even use this. So if I'm using that mid-gain low mid gain orange thing. I might want to go fat. Gives it a little more sag to your sounds for those low gain tones, which is pretty cool. I usually kind of forget. I should do that when I'm recording, because you can't switch that on the fly, but if I push it in this button, I usually leave it in on the Brit side, which is a little tighter, more modern sound. Yeah, so that's the SM2. It's a brilliant piece, especially if you're into Framus or orange sounds, and you can hook it into your existing rig.